Well, this is it, viewers. This is my final walk from my job to my apartment. And then I'm going to be moving into another place. And I still have to go back to the old place and get rid of a couple things. And my roommate decided to leave his couch in the living room, so I got to talk to my landlord about taking care of that. And then that'll be it. So I figured I may as well do a celebratory video of it and then some. I actually want to talk about something pretty important that I'm going to do probably like a part 2 of, because it's not going to be, the walk home alone is not going to be enough to fit the content of this video, because it's about a pretty touchy, well, not a touchy subject, but like a sensitive subject, something that people can relate to, and that kind of deal. I want to talk about what Repzion was talking about, and that is the subject of loneliness, and how we feel like we don't fit in sometimes, or perpetually for some people, which is awful. You never want to wish that upon anybody. But so yeah, he listed like 6 types of loneliness, which yeah, that's a lot, but a lot of truth that he was talking about. Although he did kind of put a personal bias on a couple of them. Those being interpersonal and what he calls intellectual, what I call performance loneliness, which means you feel like you don't fit in if you feel like you're worse at something than other people. And I've definitely felt performance loneliness when I was bowling for Florida State, because I also felt social loneliness too, because I was several years older than everybody on the team. You know what I mean? I still looked the same. Like, you couldn't tell that I was the oldest, which is good, obviously. But still, like, it was weird. And I also felt performance loneliness, because I wasn't as good as some of them. Better than a few, but worse than most. So, yeah. So I know how that is. And Reader's Digest version of how to stop being lonely, about how to end those feelings of loneliness or inadequacy or whatever. And let me put the camera down for a second. Actually, let me cross the street. If I can do that, this guy doesn't run this yellow. Oh yeah, we got it. Nice. What about you? What are you doing? You're going straight. Okay, cool. Love it. This chick is, for some reason, walking the same path. That's weird. Anyways. Sorry about that. Didn't want that chick to get all weirded out, even though she probably saw the camera anyways. Anyways, I've kind of scripted a video to kind of show people the way to deal with loneliness, of all of the types that Repzion was talking about, except psychological and cosmic, or what do you call it, existential. What does that mean? If you have a pet who's dying, they won't want to be around you. They're feeling cosmic, existential loneliness, which I just think it's like too proud to die kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like, my dad did that with me too, when he was dying of cancer and it came back. He was in the ER. He said, "How come you quit your job?" I'm like, "So I could see you more." He's like, So he had no job. I'm like, no. And he's like, you need to get a job. Don't worry about me, you know. But I knew he was on his last legs. You know, my cat did the same thing. Like, he was just like, get away from me, you know, kind of squirming away from me as I watched him die from dehydration, pretty much in front of my eyes. Because at 3 in the morning, you know, what animal hospitals are open at 3 in the morning? I can't name one. So yeah. Either way, how to deal with loneliness, be it interpersonal, performance, social, cultural. It's easy. Let's go list them really quickly. You gotta learn how to socialize. You gotta get the hell out of the house. You gotta find a group of people who you can connect with, who you can feel happy about being around, who share the same community as you, but they don't judge you based on your performance. That's key, and those groups definitely exist. I mean, that's why I recommend, you know, if you don't have enough people in your life, join a bowling league. No one's gonna care about how good you do there. They just want to have fun, bowl well, you know. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. You know, if you feel social pressure, let's say you're single and people are pressuring you to get a partner. Well, you know, they could just be calling you out, or they could be passing on their wishes to you, that kind of stuff. It's when you decipher that, when you make the difference, the connection between just following social conditioning and following it when it's a good idea for you, that's key, and so on and so forth. I'm going to talk about this in much further detail. So yeah. Anyways, so here we are. God, I've lived in this complex for 5 years. Can you believe it? 5 goddamn years. I first started doing videos in this complex. I'll never forget. I was really, really happy about living by myself. And for a good few weeks I was. These last few weeks, that felt great. I loved that. And I'm gonna miss it because I'm gonna be staying in the living room of an efficiency until I can find a nice place and pick up a sublease for one of those, you know, and then I'll have my own room with my own bathroom, that kind of stuff, and it'll cost pretty much the same as it is here. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Probably a good 5 or 6 months down the road I'll be doing that. I'm not going to stay in this efficiency for so long. So yeah, but whatever. I told my new roommate about me doing videos for YouTube, and he gets it. So, you know, I'll be able to do videos more freely, which is nice. So, yeah. Anyways, so there it is. One last little shot at it. There it is, complete with I don't know if you can see it, but complete with the bowling pin there and a couple bottles. My car. Oh, you can definitely see that. Say hi to my car. I'm gonna have that for the rest of my life. And everything and anything and everything under the sun. And now it's time for me to pack up everything and get my ass out of here within like 4 hours, pretty much. Later on. Peace.